Are we? Oh,
Let's see.
we are.
I think we're live though. Hello, everyone. I don't know if that music was supposed to be live, Victor. I have absolutely no clue. I think that's the song itself that kind of just exploded and then it wasn't ready for it.
You didn't adjust it?
I didn't go up with it. I went down with it.
By the way, I can hear us. Is that
Right.
intentional?
No, but kind of as well. All right, hopefully the volume's not like stupid loud or anything. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. All right, today's another episode of Chow N Chat.
Please
Turn that. Is this bothering you?
Yes, it bothers me a lot.
Why?
Because I'm focusing more on what I sound like than what I am.
You haven't even talked yet, though. All right, another episode of Chow N Chat. So we're going to, today we're going to start going through some, or live, we'll go through some used Lego. So we have stuff back from a sorter.
Yes.
And we're going to actually catalog, which is the process. So after it's been sorted into like categories, like this is, for example, is 2x plate. So it's like 2x4 plates, 2x3 plates, 2x2 plates, I assume in here maybe. After it's sorted into a category, then you, in theory, can give it to another person, and that person is a cataloger. And as a cataloger, they essentially just, let me just turn that off. As a cataloger, they sort the pieces into specifically, like, if they're white 2x4s, you know, and there's 5 white 2x4s in this bag, they catalog that and they put it into a brick store or brick stock, whatever you want to use. And that is a program kind of like a spreadsheet software, which I'll have a, is it on Monday? No, I think on Wednesday. I have a tutorial coming out. Maybe it's next Wednesday, not this Wednesday. A tutorial coming on how to use Brickstore for those of you who haven't used it or haven't seen it before. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Welcome everyone to the stream though. Let's go back and see who we have here. Emery, Starvos, Just Bricks, Victor, the Brick Dude, Funbrick Creations, Ben, welcome to the stream, Rocky's Guy, Brickstore,
I think.
Magnus, lots of people here, awesome, pretty cool.
Cynthia is here.
Cynthia.
Hello, you are here pretty often.
Hold on, let me
make sure you're on make sure you're on live
all
chat, not top chat.
not live chat. Yeah. I think I am on live chat now. Can you?
Up
I don't
there
have the option
we're on.
to change it.
Okay, yeah, I can change it up here.
Yeah. Make sure we're on live chat so we can see everyone's stuff.
We don't want Rain to.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Rain never gets seen.
To answer your question, the Brick Room asks, by the way, how do you find people to sort your used? We only have one sorter right now, and she is a friend that I've known since like high school, so that's our only sorter at the moment. Eventually, I think we were going to put some ads up or maybe talk to the local high school and see if anybody there wants to do it. But yeah, we'll have more data for you once we have more than just one person doing it.
Yeah, hello Carlos from Costa Rica. Awesome, thanks for tuning in.
Is there any particular reason we're not getting started?
No, I am trying to get started. So this is our first time going through and truly cataloging used in like there's a box of it over there, that's why I'm pointing that direction, but this is the first time. Jack, welcome to the stream. So
hello,
Carlos. In and out of today's stream, awesome. Yeah, first time we're actually going through like tons of categories of used. And so I think we should write down or something some notes for her when
I sent her the link, so who knows, she might be watching.
Oh, cool. Hello, if you're watching. But yeah, we're gonna now sort through these. We're not gonna upload them right now, so we're going to just go through and verify that, like, you know, it's the right type of pieces, that they're not damaged, that they're all Lego, you know, if they're not Lego. Hello, Fives, welcome to the stream. Hello, I mess up your name every time. Do you remember what it is?
Andre?
Andre? He said to call something else. Call him something else. I don't remember what it is. Hello from the United States, though. He says hello from Poland, though. But yeah, and then if
Jack,
there's
why
damaged
did you retract
pieces,
saying hello?
if there are damaged pieces, we'll take those out and stuff as well. And then in a few minutes, we will be getting some food, which we had ordered.
Yes.
So if you guys remember from the last time we did this kind of this style of video, we got. What did we get? Oh, actually, the very first time.
We got Wingstop. Awesome. Amazing. Wingstop was great.
First time
we did a
Wingstop.
giveaway, too, I think, of coupons.
Did we? Oh, you're right. I think we did, yeah.
Andrew, okay.
Andrew, okay.
And then the second time we got Buffalo Wild Wings, and we were incredibly disappointed. We actually didn't finish it.
Yeah. Not anywhere near the quality of Wingstop.
The Asian zing sauce, or whatever that was.
The garlic zing one? Yeah, something like that.
That was very good.
Yes, that was pretty good.
But it would have been better on Wingstop. Yeah.
I have to agree with you there.
BG, it's going good. How about you?
BG, I feel like it's been a little while. How are you? Ben says, what do you guys do for checking the quality of the bricks to ensure, or are genuine to ensure chewed and damaged fake bricks don't get put into the store? Currently, our process is for used, what we do is we begin by, so like I've been for the, and you even were for a few weeks, we were sorting, or not sorting, we were pouring out used, essentially, or digging through it, and we would make sure, you know, if we see a non-Lego, we'd take it out of the thing. Or if there's trash in there, or it's like cracked or broken Lego, we're not going to give that to a sorter because it costs us more money to pay them to sort extra stuff. So we do an initial sort. We also pull out minifig and like high value parts that doesn't need to, you know, that we just see with our eyes. And then we wash all the pieces and stuff. And after they're washed, once we lay them out and they're drying, usually when you're laying them out and kind of spreading them out so they're flat, at least I have found a lot more other pieces that are, you know, connects or not Lego, they're Mega Block or whatever.
Light yellow, right?
Bright light yellow, I think. But yeah, we see whatever. We see a lot of different pieces and pull them out. And like, for example, here's a plate, a 2x3 plate. It's not Lego. It doesn't have anything on the studs, so I don't know what brand that is, but we didn't catch that. Neither did our sorter. So there is another category where non-Lego gets put into another category. And then obviously right now, we are also going through and you know, we're physically looking at each piece to make sure it's, or to put it in a color pile essentially, and what kind of piece it is. In this case, I found this is not Lego. This one is also not Lego. We'll see how many more non-Legos we find. Here's another non-Lego.
Man, I've forgotten all my colors since it's been so long.
Since it's been so long?
Yeah, it's been so long since I've had to classify things by color.
Well, didn't you just do the Legoland used?
Yeah, but that was
used. New
used.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like a whole
few weeks ago.
3 months ago. That was like at the beginning of the year.
January?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now we're looking as well if it's like actual Lego and stuff. If it's chewed on, I'll just put it in a separate pile. Maybe we should get a little bin. I'll stick a little thing there.
Okay. Yeah. This is bright green.
So by the end of today, we'll see how much we have that is non-Lego, or broken, or damaged, or non-sellable. Yeah, if it's chewed on really bad, it's not going to get sold, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. What else do we have here in chat? Funbird Creation says, I'll try to watch as much as possible as I can. I've got a busy Sunday morning, but I'll watch the replay. No problem. Thanks for tuning in. Buffalo Wild Wings are the best. That is what Just Brick said, or sorry, Funbird Creation says. Just Brick says, I had wings from Six Flags today. Pretty decent, but they took about 45 minutes to, wow, that's a long time for like a theme park to make them. Ordered Korean barbecue and got buffalo. Tasty though. So it took a long time and they messed up your order.
You know,
but they tasted good. That's good. That's important.
Back when I was in Boy Scouts, we used to have, whenever we would go on a camp out, we would come back and we would go to In-N-Out. And I remember one time we went to In-N-Out, and I placed my order, right? It was really busy, so it was taking a while. And I was like, this is taking forever, right? And I kept waiting, thinking that it was just because they were busy. Well, an hour later, we were still there because, we were just being stupid and talking and stuff. I was like, I still haven't got my burger, right? So I go over there, and they have no record that I ever placed my order. And I was very sad. And yeah, that's the whole story.
Did you ever get a burger?
Yeah, I got a burger.
Did you pay again?
No.
Okay. You just showed him your receipt that had the number on it?
Yeah, I was like, what happened? Well, I got really confused because I think my order number was 80 and they were like on 112. And I was like, or maybe they went up to 99 and then it loops back around. But yeah. I remember they were like 40 off of my number and I was like,
this isn't right.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just me or something. At some point, one of my orders had also been forgotten. I don't know where it was. But yeah, it's just like they kept going up and up and up. Oh, I was at Los Barcas. It's a little Mexican restaurant near us. And yeah, I called ahead and I placed a phone order. Or no, actually, or I don't know. They just started doing online once, you know, pretty much in 2020 hit, and then they started doing online orders too. And I think I placed an online order and went to pick it up. And in the online order, I guess it prints out the ticket at a different like printer or something. She tried to explain it to me. I didn't quite understand, but yeah, they had the ticket, but it was like in a different part of the restaurant or the kitchen or something, and they like literally lost the ticket itself, and then they relocated the ticket, and then they made my food. But it was very sad because I probably waited 45 minutes before I went and picked it up, and then another 20 minutes before they actually made it because they lost it. 25 minutes maybe. And I was standing in a store. This was when this was just I think just after restaurants had reopened, not for dining service, but for even takeout. Like they were actually closed for a while. Everything was actually closed, and then they had just reopened for like takeout service, and that's when they started doing online stuff, and it got all messed up. All right, I believe our Dasher is almost here with their order. We're using DoorDash today.
Yes. Ben T wants to know, what do you plan on doing with the damaged or fake Lego when you accumulate it? Gonna put it in a box and keep the box.
Your order has been delivered. You want to go get it?
Yeah, but we don't want to get it recirculated. So, yeah, I'm gonna remember to press my mute button this time.
Yeah, so that was that's something I asked Chris of the Great Brick Lab. So Chris has helped out a lot with how we're doing used, and kind of like us trying to figure out the process of, you know, what's the best way for us to do it, and different little tips and stuff. And that was something I asked him. I said, what do you do when you have like used Lego that, or used pieces that maybe it's Lego, maybe it's been chewed on, maybe it is non-Lego, and you know, you put it in a cup or a bin or whatever. What do you do with that? Do you donate it? Because my mind, I was thinking, oh, we'll just donate it, you know, to Goodwill or one of the places, and someone else can play with it or whatever. They can resell it or whatever they do. The thing he said was, because he sources so much of his Lego, or so much of his Lego is at some point sourced from Goodwill and stores like that, that he doesn't donate it back because he's worried it's going to go back into recirculation, and eventually he's just going to have to resort it out, which kind of makes sense. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with it, but I don't want to just throw it away. I feel really bad just throwing it away. So we'll see what we actually do. Currently, we don't have like a ton. I'm sure as we go through this, there'll be more, and as we go through more used as it comes back, there'll be obviously a lot more. But at the moment, it just goes in a bin, and we'll figure out what happens after that. Let's eat in a couple minutes. Okay. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully everyone can hear me. Did anything happen while I was gone?
No, absolutely nothing. Okay. So Emery says, so how do you upload so many lots of used? Is there a special program, as it's taken me ages? Yeah, so what we do, okay, the Brick Room has a good idea. Donate it to a daycare. That's what I was kind of thinking, is some place that specifically it'll actually go to like kids or something, as opposed to Goodwill where they will just
lump it in,
resell it or something. So yeah, that's a good idea. A daycare, some sort of like something like that. That's not a bad idea. Obviously, if it's trash or like totally broken, destroyed, I think we should get rid of it.
Just show up to like a daycare with a bunch of wrappers.
Trash. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's trash. But yeah, that's a great idea, actually. I think that's probably what we'll end up doing at some point along the line. But Emery, to re-answer your question, we are using something called Brick Store. It is essentially a spreadsheet software. I guess I can share my screen. I didn't really want to do that today. I'm not going to do that today. I will have a tutorial very soon on Brick Store, as well as like a download and stuff available for everyone that wants to see it. It's very useful. Essentially what we can do is, you still have to add each piece individually into the software, but then you can have a big bulk like lot, or essentially like a ton of pieces, almost like a set, and then you can upload that entire set of used Lego into...
Is this just aged, or is it original gray?
Yeah, it's just aged. That's what's going to suck with used.
Yeah.
Then you can upload all those pieces at once into your inventory instead of having to do each piece and type in a remark. And it's a pain on BrickLink. It's not the best in terms of like the workflow, in my opinion at least. Some people said they're very, very quick at doing it on BrickLink itself. but not me. Not. Also, BrickLink itself can be very slow.
Okay, one second. I want to answer this question because this is a question I see pop up all the time, and I feel very strongly about it. Do you have 2 entire sets of drawers for new and for used? No. I will be very clear on this.
You feel very strongly
I feel very strongly about this. There is no reason to have segregated collections or segregated walls. Because ideally, you are not putting the same lot. You know, if let's say I have some of these, 4x8s that are new and some that are used, I'm not going to be putting them in the same drawer. They're going to be in different drawers on different parts of the wall. You know, we try and not put pieces that are almost identical right next to each other. So they're going to be separated anyway. So there should be no reason that they ever touch and get confused. A used piece being next to new pieces will not make those new pieces used. It's just a different lot. There's nothing special about it, right? So long as you're not mixing it with the same one, you can even mix it with new of different, lots, right? Of different elements.
Like in the same drawer?
Yeah, if that's how you run your inventory, they're not going to damage other pieces. So, no, we do not have different. So sorry if it felt like I was attacking you. I'm not. I don't actually care that much. It's something I see a lot of people do, and it's like, what is the point, to that? Ben does bring up a good point, which is used Lego can be dirty even when washed, and you don't want to later put new pieces in that drawer that may have residual dirt or dust. I guess, yeah, that's true. That I guess is kind of a valid point that I hadn't really thought of, but I don't know. I still think that it's you're basically adding drawers that may never be filled or cannot be filled until a certain amount of time. If I get a ton of new in, then I want to add those to the inventory and sell them. I don't want to have them sit waiting to be parted out because I only have used drawers available. So, that's just my opinion on it. Obviously, if you're worried and you think that it's a good, marketing thing for you to have them separated, then go ahead and do that, because that's the good thing about business is you can try all different sorts of things. I'm not telling you that our way is necessarily better. It's just that's my opinion on the matter, but our way is better.
Magnus says, I had that happen a lot at a pizzeria once. This is in reference to when they are... Oh, interesting. That's funny. When talking about the food that we didn't get because it was delayed. He said, they came with the bill before we even got the food. That's very interesting.
Must have really wanted to clear those tables.
Yeah. Funberg Creation says, I only put up used Lego sets I've already built rather than buying Lego from other places and trying to work out what is Lego and what's not genuine Lego brand. That's good. My only thing is, like, if we were to, and I doubt it's a viable business in terms of the time commitment that would need to be spent on it and the inventory you'd need to have and all the stuff you'd end up having to buy, but
that's
potentially you could...
I need a toothpick. Do we have some sort of...
I don't know. There's tweezers somewhere, remember? Shoot, what was I saying?
You were talking about pizza.
No, I wasn't.
Didn't you just read someone's comment about pizza?
Oh, Funberg Creations. Rather than, I was going to say it could be a viable business if you are trying to piece together sets, even if it's used with used pieces, because generally the set sells for a good amount, depending on what set it is. Sometimes it's hard to get sets used and then part them out effectively at like a good price, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I've wondered if that's worth it. I'm not saying what you're doing is bad. I'm just curious if it's worth it for like people or a company like us to get used pieces, put them into a bag, and say this is this set, and then sell that set. I don't know if that kind of made sense. Emery says, "Okay, good. Is there another easier method than just BrickLink?" Yeah, so that's what Brick Stories. We'll have that coming out soon. It seems like a lot of people use BrickLink. Brick Room said, "Sadly, I have to go. Sorry, I probably missed this. You've probably already gone, but thanks for tuning in." Ben says, I use BrickLink itself to add it. Funbury Creations, I also use BrickLink for adding everything. Yeah, so in this case, the question about two separate sections, the reason it says I'm asking because I don't even have enough space for a drawer for each type of piece. So yeah, in that case, I would say, personally, I probably wouldn't put like this piece or a handful of these used pieces in with a handful of new pieces if they're touching. I would put a divider in the middle and not mix them. But you could, I guess, mix them up. But I'd say you can put them in the same drawer or put them in two drawers next to each other. I think that's totally fine. And have one of those drawers, this is your used drawer. You can put tons of different used pieces in there. This other one's your new drawer. You can put tons of new in there. But you don't need a separate like area, in my opinion, especially if you're low on space. I'd say if you're low on space, then absolutely mix them. It's not worth it not having it in your inventory just because you don't have space. Eventually, depending how big everyone grows, you will always run out of space. And running out of space, I think, like, that's just part of it, especially if you're trying to grow. Dunder Mifflin Brick Co. I love that name. I think, have they been here before?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I'd say if you don't have enough space, absolutely you can put them in on the same drawer unit or something. I just probably wouldn't mix like a ton of used with a ton of new, because then you don't really know what's what. Awesome. Emery said just ordered 20 drawer units. That is awesome. Sweet. Yeah, we actually we have a lot in storage. We probably have another 30, maybe. I don't know, I just ordered more. Maybe 40 now. Maybe not 40. Probably 30. And that's to cover this side of the wall, and then for the expansion, what's going to happen over there, which was at one point going to be the studio space. So we're getting ready. Oh, Toby. Okay, Toby was is Dunder Mifflin Brick Co. Awesome.
You've been here a lot.
Yeah, Toby's been here a lot. I love the name Dunder Mifflin Brick Co. That is fantastic.
Evan loves The Office. What rewatch are you on right now?
Well, they took it off Netflix, and I haven't got Peacock. So I've watched it, I think, 6 times, maybe 5, maybe only 5 times, but possibly 6 times through. It's a great show. Over the course of a few years, obviously. Probably, probably like 7 or 8 years now that I've watched it 6 times. So that's not actually a ton. I mean, it is. It's a long show. There's 9 seasons, and it's a decent amount of time. But Richard says, I recommend Zorro as the cheapest place to find Acro Mills drawers. Interesting. I don't think I've looked on. Oh, no. Zorro we have looked on. And I think if you buy like 2 or something, you get free shipping, and then there was a discount or something at some point. Zorro's a good price. We usually buy on Amazon because we buy them used, though. Not always used on Amazon. They're used. But they are generally cheaper when they're used like that. And I don't have a problem buying something that's used because it's not like it's destroyed. And at the end of the day, they work the same as the new ones. And they're discounted by usually a decent amount. They're not like, $30. They're a good amount off. Just Brick says, I've never watched a full episode of The Office, but I liked Parks and Rec. Yeah, so I started with Parks and Rec. You and I actually watched Parks and Rec.
Some of it.
And you couldn't get into it.
It's not my style.
I loved Parks and Rec in maybe middle school or very early high school, and I couldn't get into The Office just because based on what I'd seen in Parks and Rec is much more fun in terms of the beginning of it looks more interesting. The end of it, or not the end of it, the end of The Office, and once you get past the first few episodes of The Office, I'd say you're so much more into it. And then once you realize these characters all have relationships and stuff, it's really
I mean, I'm
good.
sure, honestly, that a lot of it was probably maturity. I was not a very mature high schooler. I'm not a very mature adult. But maybe I'm a mature enough adult that I'm now a high schooler. So maybe I would enjoy The Office now.
I don't know. I think The Office is really good. I like that stupid humor, but I also love the behind, the background and backbone that kind of pulls the characters together and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
What was that one show that I really didn't like? Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. Big Mouth is a terrible show, but I love it. Yeah,
I tried watching that. I think I made it about 15 minutes into the first episode, and I was like, I cannot do this. Something that I really need to watch, though, that everyone keeps telling me I need to watch is BoJack Horseman.
I tried to watch that, and I couldn't. For me, that was not really a thing I would get into.
People have been telling me that it's really deep and it's got like all these secret meanings and stuff, which I absolutely love things like that. Like if a TV show or a movie is really bad, but like it has this really complex meta narrative, I will still usually like it. And so I need to actually see whether people are being honest about that. But I don't really have the time to watch. I haven't actually sat down and watched a movie or a TV show in so long.
What?
Yeah, well, other than the documentary that I recently watched, I don't really.
You don't just have something on in the background when you're doing stuff?
No, I like, if I'm gonna watch something, I like to focus on it completely.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of that. I would way prefer to be doing two things at once.
Yeah, I mean, I'll like put YouTube videos on in the background, but usually YouTube videos that are, don't have anything to it. I don't want to sound aloof, but most of the TV shows I watch are either documentaries or have complex plots and stuff like that, things where you kind of want to pay attention. If I'm going to be on YouTube, then I usually just watch stupid, stuff. But I did recently watch a very good HBO documentary on some political stuff, but it was very good, very entertaining. I think is probably a safe word to use.
Aaron, welcome to the stream. Richard, I don't think I said welcome, but welcome to the stream, even though you've been here for a few minutes. So right now what we're doing, if you guys are curious, we're creating this sheet, but we're also bagging each item individually. And this isn't like a long-term thing. This is until we actually upload the items. Once they're uploaded,
then we will recycle the bags and reuse them because we are environmentally conscious.
Correct.
I have just cleared. Should I start another one, or are we going to eat?
I'll do a small one. Sorry, because Aaron, we're doing well. I am doing well. How are you, Paul?
I'm alive.
Perfect. How are you, Aaron? Alive. So that's good.
Yeah. That's a really great answer to that question because it's very true. If you're able to answer the question, then
you must be doing well.
Yeah. I think that people should just ask each other rather than asking, because a lot of, at least in America, I know that this is very different in other countries, but in America at least, when someone asks, how are you doing, they don't really want an answer. They're just...
Yeah, that's a form of saying hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it would just be much better if everyone just asked, are you alive? And the person would just say yes, because, I feel like everyone would just have a much better enjoyment that way.
Hello, Rita. Welcome to the stream. Hello, is it Nissa? Nisa? Says it's the same in the UK. Yeah, so I have something like whenever...
Yep. British people don't care, so...
What?
British people don't care about feelings. I'm sorry. I'm just ragging on you.
Whenever if I see someone, my way of saying hello is how's it going? Or what's going on? Or how are you?
I usually just say yup.
Yeah, I know. Usually I say, well, how's it going? That's generally my hello. And then if the conversation persists, they usually say, how are you? And then I say, good, how are you? And then they say how they are. Last night I was shooting a football game, and one of the teachers from one of the schools I work with, saw me, and I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? And his answer was, how are you? And I was like, oh, I'm doing well, how are you? And I technically asked, how are you twice. But that's super normal.
Yeah.
At least, maybe not normal, but it feels normal.
The worst thing ever is when you are ordering food and they give it to you and then you say, thanks, you too.
Yeah, they say, oh, thanks, enjoy your meal. And then you say, thanks, you too. Yeah, that's a rough one. Hello, David West. Welcome to the stream. How are you today? That means hello, according to what we're talking. I say, how are you as a hello. Yeah, I think a lot of people do. I think it's fairly normal. Are you making one big sheet for multiple things? Or how are you doing this?
These are all very similar. So
Yeah.
I am just calling them, I'm just
Okay.
putting them all on the same sheet.
Okay, what are you going to call that?
I will call it large plates.
Okay.
Or medium to large plates.
Okay. Cool.
What?
M&M Bricks, welcome to the stream. You have to read the chat. I can't read it out loud.
Oh, okay.
It says in the UK, it could be more like
Yeah.
F off. Harry123, welcome. How are you? Adfemture, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Because in Belgium, everyone asks how it's going and almost always says I'm fine, and then we talk about the weather. It's always about the weather.
What do we talk about? I can't really say that I've talked to too many people about the weather, but like, I don't know. I usually try and exit conversation as quickly as possible. I don't know. What are things that people talk about here when they don't want to talk?
I don't know. I'm one of the people who's not really afraid of silence. So
Yeah,
if it
exactly.
gets silent, I just won't say anything, and that'll be the end of the conversation. And it's a little awkward, but like, I don't know. Silence is okay. I think that's an answer. Like, it's an okay thing. As we are just silent.
On stream, yes.
Yeah. See, on a stream, it might not be the best.
Rita says, I missed the beginning of the stream. What are you both doing?
We are partying out. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
We're not partying out.
Please,
We're not partying out.
please.
No, I said it wrong.
Okay. We are currently cataloging a bunch of used that we got back from our sorter. You know, obviously they did a very poor job. No, I'm joking. They did a great job. I haven't found any errors yet.
Oh, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I guess they did a horrible job.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 errors so far. Or 5 errors that are actual errors.
Oh, all of your errors are... Wait.
That was just chewed on. I don't know. That's a their thing. So.
Okay.
But 5 are
Yeah,
not their
this is pretty clearly not Lego. Wow.
That's okay though.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, no. So we're taking this and uploading it, and
we're actually not.
Well, we're not quite uploading it, but we're putting it into BrickStock files, and then we will eventually upload it. But yeah, if you're watching, contractor, I don't think she wants me to say her name, but you didn't make a lot of errors.
It's fine. I would say, as someone like, if you're looking for contractors, I would say expect that a lot of people, there's going to be mistakes. Even once they become really, really good, there's going to be mistakes. If I was doing this, there'd be mistakes.
This is dark pink, right?
It's magenta, I think. Yeah, even if I was doing this, there's going to be mistakes. I'm going to miss, so the hope now is that because there are technically 3 levels or 4 levels of sorting. There's the initial sort, which is just like Paul or myself or Kyle looking through the pieces, getting them ready to go out to a sorter. Then there's the sorter who is sorting. And then there's the catalog process, which is what we're doing right now. Eventually, this will be handed off to a person, a separate person that's not us. Then fourth, the last thing is once it comes back from the cataloger with the spreadsheet with like the pieces, whoever's putting them in the drawers, actually uploading them into the inventory, you know, gets to glance at all the pieces one more time. So there's technically 4 levels of checking. Now, I wouldn't say every person's actually actively looking at each individual piece, making sure it's Lego and everything, but you know, the goal is to avoid mistakes as much as possible. Yeah, David said mistakes can only be reduced, not avoided. That is true.
Yeah.
There's, you know, at the moment, hopefully none. But also, the same contractor who's sorting for us comes in now and audits, usually weekly, every Friday. And she has gone through a good amount of the store and found 22 plus 17. What is that? 30, 40, 39 errors.
Which is great. Not that there are that many errors, but that they have been found.
Yeah, it's not good that they're that many. Now, most of the errors, it seems, what are most of the errors?
Most of the errors are there's just one piece that I suspect fell into the drawer, and you know that's what that cup. We have a cup over there where she just puts things that she doesn't know what they're called because the search engine is kind of difficult. But some of that, and then a lot of it, I think, is just improper counts. So it's less the wrong piece in the drawer and more the count is off. Usually, I think by a couple of them. So my guess is, yeah, I don't really know how that happens, because it should, you know, we didn't start doing new. I mean, we didn't start doing used until very recently. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
What are you saying?
I was saying that the amount of pieces should be coming straight from BrickLink, right? So there should be very few errors in terms of the amount of pieces.
No, I think what the errors are is we pick one extra or something.
Yeah.
And then it goes out to a buyer, and the buyer ordered 4, but they got 5, and now we're short 1 in the drawer, and the buyer doesn't tell it. Not that they need to tell us, I guess. Some buyers say, hey, just to let you know, we accidentally you got 1 extra. Now, usually for those that get 1 extra, it's because we're like, you know what, it's a stud. We're going to empty out the whole lot instead of leave 1 stud. Or it said we had 200 and we actually had 202. We're just going to give you the 202. At least I do. I don't really think it's worth the extra time.
Well, if it's something like 202, usually I will count 1, 2, and then pour. But
oh no. I mean, like if they ordered 200 and the inventory said we had 200, but they actually had 202, or we actually had 202. That's usually what I'd say. Like, you know, in that point, it's not a big loss. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12.
Well, that's what is a stud worth on average?
Depends on the stud. 2, 3, 6.
Rita, yeah, I would agree that new is easier unless you have, well, I guess new is just easier, but if you have a lot of used that you have access to, then I would suggest you start off with used, because new, the margins are definitely lower, although it is much easier. So if you don't have any Lego, or you don't have any Lego that you want to part out, then I would definitely recommend starting with new. But used is definitely the way to go to increase your profit margins by a lot. I'm not saying that you can't make tons of money with new. I mean, we don't make tons and tons of money. You know, we still drive normal cars, not Teslas. But at least for now. But what was I talking about? I got distracted by dreaming about a Tesla. Oh yeah, new. You know, you can still run an effective BrickLink business with new, if you only feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah, I think new is easier for the beginner just because you're not having to ID pieces, and as you upload pieces from new, yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, okay. As you're uploading pieces that are new, you learn what pieces are called, and then as you pick orders, you learn what pieces are called. And so I think that's super helpful. Sorry, I'm trying to count and put that in the bag at the same time. It's super helpful to learn, and then once you learn, then you can start doing, you know, used. Yeah. And once the used is in, or once, like right now while I'm doing this, first of all, these are all plays, very simple. But actually, we began with the easiest things. But like even little things like jumpers, I don't know if when you look up a jumper, I mean, I think it shows up, but things that have, like cheese slope, I don't think you can look up cheese slope on BrickLink. It's called like a 2/3 slope. I don't know, I think it's 54300 or 5, the part number. I don't know. You'll also learn part numbers, and like, you learn a lot of tips and tricks by doing new, actually, before you get into used.
And I mean, I'd like to say I still don't know all my colors, so, you know, it's just something that, you know, speaking of, this is reddish brown. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. It's.
Is there an actual brown?
There is an actual brown.
Yeah, that's an old color.
But I guess reddish brown is not a popular color, so I need to go through the all colors list. But Ben did say something. Oh, also, Paul, in regards to your questions about the palette the other day, after a few days of looking through it, lots of space required for it, and a mixed bag, he'll make money on it. 1 out of 2, but I'd make more investing that time into the Lego. Okay, so not a loss, but not really worth the space. Yeah, we were thinking maybe just buying a pallet, and we have some space right now, and just eBaying this stuff and seeing if, you know, that's an effective use of our business. We might still do that, but good to know. Reddish brown. There's also a medium brown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
There we go, reddish brown.
I've not seen a medium brown. I don't know what medium brown actually looks like.
Neither do I.
Brown, I've seen brown. It's a little darker, but it's not quite as dark as dark brown. But I don't know what medium brown is.
Yeah, Ben, if I will have questions. Oh, I think you were talking. There's 2 conversations going on. But I will take you up on that offer even if it wasn't extended to me.
Okay, I'm almost done here.
Yep, I'm almost done as well. Oh, okay, he was talking to me. Yeah, I will contact you because I think we'll probably have some questions.
All right, I just have 4 more plates to add. They are 2x6 plates. We have 1 in dark red. The thing that takes a lot of time here is actually selecting the colors.
Yeah.
I think. Typing the quantity in and adding it's very quick.
It'd be really nice if we could get hotkeys for the colors.
Yeah, there's just so many colors.
Well, you could just have
you
could just have a numpad hotkey, like grocery stores do, where they just type in the produce number.
Like 2 numbers and then
Yeah.
we would only need 2 numbers, I think. Or maybe a 3-digit. 1 black, 1 dark bluish gray, and 1 dark tan.
Okay, JB says, Just Brick says, medium brown is pretty rare, mostly Bionicle parts. Okay.
Interesting, okay.
That
Yeah, we don't have
explains-
any Bionicle, I don't think.
Yeah.
As far as I know. I mean, maybe.
Although, I don't know if this is true everywhere, but in a bunch of non-Lego Discords that I'm in, Bionicle seems to have become popular all of a sudden, which is strange because these are not Lego Discords. But, like, there are people who are buying Bionicle. So, I don't know if that's just a weird fad, but or if anyone else has experienced a sudden uptick in
Bionicle sales?
Bionicle, yeah.
I know there are some stores that kind of try to focus on Bionicles, or Bionicle parts, and I think they do pretty well. Bionicle things sell for high value, I think. Okay, this is not going to fit.
Okay.
Yeah,
these are very
I think it's
different
Nissa
parts,
says, I'm selling Bionicle all the time and it's doing very well. Ben says $80 order for Bionicle parts the other day to Lithuania. Interesting. These are not going to fit in this bag now that I've individually bagged them all. It's very sad. All right, I'm just going to leave this in here as a category. There we have it. So let's see how many lots and how many pieces were in there. So inside that little thing, and we gave her 20-ish, just under 20 pounds.
16, yeah.
Yeah, 16 pounds as an initial kind of sort. So in 16 pounds of Lego, there were 16 pounds of Lego in the category of 2x plates, which is 2x2 plus. There are 28 different lots, 169 different items. And let's see what that value is if I put the price at the 6-month sales average.
Boba Fett wants to know why we're bagging them. It's just temporary. Once they actually go into drawers, they'll be debagged, and then we will reuse the bags for orders. It's just
at the moment,
right
it's
now.
because we're not uploading, so we're not assigning them a drawer. If we assign them a drawer and put them in a drawer right now, we could, and then we could upload that. But we're really low on drawers. So we're going to bag them temporarily, have the files ready, and then when we have more drawers free, we can put the pieces in the drawers. So it's $9.30. Nothing amazing, nothing terrible. They are just regular plates.
Okay.
Yeah, so 169 pieces, $9.30 right there. Not terrible.
Dunder Mifflin wants to know, Are you going to do a video on how you wash used? Also, do you get it as clean as possible, or is it okay to have a little bit of gunk? Gunk, no. Dirt, well, stain, you know, you can't really get all that out. When you're getting used, you kind of have a certain expectations that it'll be a little roughed up. But if there's gunk on it and it doesn't quickly come off, when I was doing my initial sort, I caught some of those that had like weird purple crusty stuff on them, and I couldn't get that off. Yeah, so I just tossed those. It might have been like Play-Doh or something, or silly putty. But yeah, I toss anything with gunk. But if it's dirt or something, it's usually okay after the wash. If it's particularly bad, then I'll rub it out and stuff like that. But if it's just a little bit of off color or staining, then that's usually fine.
Here's a tile. When we do tiles. Okay, let's eat.
All right.
So, for today is not sponsored by. We got.
I thought I thought it was Chow N Chat. Because I was saying,
but it's the food is not sponsored by though. Right?
Okay.
Like the
yes. The food is not sponsored by Just Wings.
It's called It's Just Wings, kind of like Delta Bricks.
I ruined the bag.
You ruined the bag. So we got two things. No. Yeah, we each got something different. You got, what did you get?
I got the apple barbecue.
You got barbecue sauce. Just
no,
like
I got apple barbecue. It's very different.
It is not very different.
Wait until you see what it looks like.
Really? It looks different. So this is the honey sriracha. That is the sauce I got.
And
comes
this
with
is
wings
the one
and
I got.
fries.
See,
it's
that's a very light
colored barbecue sauce. Yeah, very light colored.
This is
That is my extra sauce. I got the mango habanero sauce just to try it. I didn't want to get all the wings in case it's too spicy. I'm going to show you guys my wings though.
We will need paper towel. I will grab that.
So here are my wings. What flavor did I get?
Mango habanero?
Is it going to focus? It's not going to focus. Let's focus it. Stand by 1 moment. There we go. This is the wings. No, I didn't get mango. I got honey sriracha. So honey sriracha sauce. All right, and Paul got barbecue. Apple barbecue. Apple barbecue. My bad. My bad. All right, so now since we're eating, please ask questions and stuff because I can actually read the chat.
Yes.
Do we have paper towels? Awesome.
Yes.
Oh, they wrapped our drink.
Yeah, so it doesn't spill.
Awesome. That makes sense. Ben says never had wings. Brick on the block. Welcome to the stream. How are you today?
Ben, you gotta fix that pronto. But make sure you go to a good place. I did not like wings for a long time.
Really?
Because most of my childhood, Wingstop was the first wing place I ever liked, and
oh, really?
I only got that in 2020. So yeah, for a long time I did not like wings. But yeah, it was just because I went to a bad wing place.
I am generally, and I know a lot of people might argue this, that it makes it not a real wing. I'm not a huge fan of wings that are bone-in. Thomas, please stop. Didn't you do this last week as well? Anyway, nice to watch your streams. The hot sauce for the Buffalo Wild Wings is on me. Thank you so much, Thomas. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, €50 super chat there. You're incredible. Literally amazing. Wow. I lost my train of thought.
You were talking about that you don't like bone-in.
Right, right. So bone-in, I also hope you can't like hear the of us eating.
I'm doing my best. I have a real problem with chewing with my mouth closed. So,
yeah, bone-in is not generally my favorite. I really like boneless, and I know at that point it's almost just like a chicken nugget or a chicken tender. There are sometimes I want bone-in, but they're so much messier. It's so much more of a process to eat. But
you have to work for your calories.
Yeah. It's also fried very differently, I guess. I like the thicker fry usually, like the coating, but that's just me, I guess. I love crab and stuff though, where you have to get in, like, get dirty to eat it. That's fine.
I'm
yeah,
not
Ben
a fan.
says I'm not a fan of bones either. Evan, I prefer boneless. Definitely.
I'm not a fan of the drums. I like the actual wings, though.
Why do you not like the drums?
Because it's, like, too much bone and, like, there's cartilage. Well, I don't know if it's actually cartilage, but there's, like, other stuff in there. With the wings, it's...
But it's easier
just
to eat.
very
There's
tender.
There's not 2 bones in it.
Yeah, but, like, this is super easy to eat. It's very tender, and that's what I like. I hate dry chicken, and this is not dry.
Okay. Trapbox says, how many orders do you get per day? I think right now on average it is 4, or it's above 3. It might not actually be quite 4, but the difference I'd say is don't expect that every day you're going to have 4 orders to pick. Some days you might have 7, and some days you might have 1 or 2. But on average it's 4 orders for us per day, or just under maybe now. Toto Piezas, sorry, I probably ruined that. Hello from Spain. Hello from the United States.
JB agrees.
Just Brick says
Flats
flats
are
are
where
where
it's
it's at. I have to disagree with that, I think, actually.
I think you're wrong.
I would actually say flats are the reason that I do not like bone-in as much. Hold on. The drumstick is dark meat. Is a flat dark meat too?
Barely.
Right, there's barely any meat.
There's plenty of meat. I think there's more meat on the flats.
Yeah, JB says you got to learn that trick where you stick the whole flat in your mouth, pull it out, and it's just the bones. People can do that, and it's stunning. Can you do that, Just Bricks? Are you capable of doing that? Because, yeah, pretty amazing.
What does that Patreon connect to? I'm trying to find...
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out, too. Trapbox says, what is your most favorite set to part out? To part out, I don't know if I have a favorite set, but if I'm totally honest,
Evan,
the small ones.
you both know that our favorite set is the either the Friends set or the Classic.
The classic 1500-piece set?
Yeah, which we have 2 of right now.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, no, I would say favorite set, I like the small ones because they're quick. Although I'm not going to lie, I've had a lot of fun parting out single sets, and I've parted out a lot of frozen sets since we only have 1 of those. Those are pretty good. So maybe the frozen sets. Oh. Ninjago City Gardens. That is going to be a big one. So actually, we're ready to part out Diagon Alley. We have 2 Diagon Alleys now. We have 2, so we're ready. We're not going to get more. It's not worth it. City Gardens, I want a second one. I was going to go to Downtown Disney last week to get a second one. I didn't. I hope they still have them in stock.
You know, you were supposed to do a lot during the 3 days I was gone.
I did a lot because you made a mess in here.
And
You cleaned up, but you made it a mess. I couldn't even pick orders. Oh, the carpet was in the aisle.
I cleaned a lot.
We moved stuff from one location to another.
You know, you guys saw the vlog. I think that I did a lot of work.
You did do a lot of work, but you only did half the work.
That's kind of the story of my life, yeah.
Yeah. Aaron says it like it's at. Says what did I just say? I don't know what I just said, but he said, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button. I agree. Hit that like button, everyone. Ben wants to get 4 to 5 City Gardens. Waiting for the Lego stores to open back up. Spent too much lately. Those are expensive, but they part out pretty well. And so far, they haven't lost the value, and I don't think they're going to go below 3 times. They shouldn't. Diagon Alley was above 3 times at some point, slightly below now, which is why I'm a little. We'll see how that one goes. Yeah, we'll see. James says, "Hey guys, why is the new Harry Potter chess set so bad? Because you can't only move the chess pieces."
I get it. Get out.
Diagon Alley, but diagonally. That's hilarious. Good one, James. Harry123 says, "What's your favorite theme that you enjoy parting out?"
Cynthia replied with Trolls sets, and Gonna be totally honest, I was very surprised by the troll set. Those things
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah, I think this week, I can't remember. I made the upload schedule. It's all we're all good now, but I can't remember when it's coming out. We parted out a troll set. It'll be coming out very soon in a video. We parted out a few weeks ago. Some of the pieces in there that were like the weirdest pieces, excuse me, that I was like, oh, this is just gonna sit forever. They're gone. Like, I don't get it. Very weird.
We sold those trolls minifigs
Yeah.
within days.
Yeah, we still have a few, but it's very weird. They sell. I never expected that.
Yeah, we kind of just left that sitting on the shelf because we're like, this is never gonna sell. And eventually we finally did it, and
that was
sold.
the only deal at Kohl's when I went. It was the only thing that was like, it was over 3 times part out value, but I was like, is this gonna sell? And I wasn't gonna be in the store looking at it and figuring out, is it worth? I wasn't gonna go through all the pieces on BrickLink right there, but I was like, I'll just get it. We got 4 of them, I think, yeah. And it was totally fine. It was an easy part out too, but very weird. Didn't expect that.
Do we still have any of the Friends minifigs?
I don't know. We might.
Because I remember for a long time they didn't sell.
The Friends minifigs did not sell at all. We do have some Friends minifigs in here, yeah.
Maybe we should consider parting those out. At least some of them.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Because I feel like they would look. A lot of those pieces would go
They're
very well in
standard.
cities. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something we today. Paul found a lot of hidden side figs that we've had for a while. Most of the hidden side sets now we just part out the figures because they don't sell. But today we found like drawers full of them, so we'll probably end up parting like half of those out and maybe putting them on sale. All right, I haven't tried my chicken yet. I'm gonna try my chicken now. What kind of chicken did I get again? Honey sriracha, boneless. So I'll let you guys know. Something I think is amazing about Wingstop is their ranch. Wingstop has, in my opinion, the best ranch.
Also, great blue cheese. I love blue cheese, and Wingstop has great. Wingstop is just great.
That's pretty good.
Would you like to do a swap?
Sure.
Here, I'll give you a drum, and take this one.
Okay.
These are about approximate size. So.
Sure. Ben says I part out the figs from Friends, about half of them, and all the hidden side city figs, or hidden side and city figs. Yeah, city we've parted out, I think. We have a few used minifigs that are city, I think, like cops and robbers and a few firefighters and stuff. But city I usually part out. Actually, you just parted out that city minifig pack thing, accessory pack or whatever it's called. That was all part out, right? Or did you make those figs?
I parted them out.
Yeah. Yeah, Friends. Well, actually, the Friends brand, not the TV show. That's what Paul's talking about, the Friends Central Perk. We still have a few of those figs.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the pink and
Lego
blue
Friends.
and
Yeah. Those sell on Brick Owl.
yeah.
Very weird. On
They're-
BrickLink, they don't sell very much, but Brick Owl, it's...
I want to know if this is the opinion of other store owners as well. Would you say that there is a, not vastly, but pretty decent audience versus BrickLink and Brick Owl? Because I feel like there are a lot of pieces that sell on Brick Owl that don't sell on BrickLink, and vice versa. And I was just wondering if anyone had noticed that.
Yeah. When I pack orders, I feel like they're different.
And I can't say, maybe you've packed one, but have you ever gotten a 1,000-piece plus Brick Owl order?
Not that I can think of,
Yeah.
maybe, but...
I can't think of one either. And so I feel like a lot of those are actually really small, mostly minifigs or a couple of parts. Ben notices, Ben
Wow.
said, yeah, sorry, Ben.
This is just like, sorry. This tastes like apple pie filling. This is
No.
great. Just lick the sauce off. It's crazy sweet.
It is very sweet.
It is very sweet. It's not. I almost wouldn't consider this a barbecue sauce, but that's okay. I'm sorry. That surprised me a lot.
But I drench it in ranch, so. Ben says, I don't notice much difference, to be honest, just difference in order value. Yeah. James Wells says, I think it would be naive to make assertions between BrickLink and BrickOwl sales unless you have a massive sample of sales, and I mean tens of thousands of sales to come to a real conclusion. Yeah, that's probably true. I wasn't really saying it from a marketing perspective. Like, I would not, well, you can't, it would be a lot of work to have different inventories. That I wasn't really coming at it from a marketing perspective, just a random observation I had made. But yeah, you're totally right in that you should have a large sample size and do actual data and statistics and algorithms if you wanted an actual marketable stuff.
Yeah, Emery, in terms of international shipping, sorry, we do not do a lot of it, but we get a lot of quotes on BrickLink, or BrickOwl, actually, for the matter, too. Lots of international things that want to go to, like, Spain or Germany or the Philippines or wherever. And I always feel so bad typing in that shipping quote number because it's, like, so high. It's ridiculous. To ship, at least outside the U.S., costs a lot. I assume to ship to the U.S. from the outside also costs a lot. But it's, like, it's super expensive, and the amount of orders that, or the amount of quotes that we get that never get fulfilled is, like, I'd say maybe 10%, if that, of quotes that we send to people actually are something that people purchase, which is disappointing. And maybe that's a normal number. And, like, of course, they're just asking for a quote. They might be shopping around at different stores, too. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's disappointing for sure.
And it just kind of strikes me as weird that shipping is, like, still so expensive in the world.
It's only going to go up, like, probably. I mean,
yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it is going to go up, at least in the U.S. USPS has announced pretty big rate hikes and a slowing of service. We'll see if that actually happens. But yeah, be aware of that.
Yeah, it's disappointing that the Postal Service here, like a military box, we were eating wings from It's Just Wings, which is a newer place in Southern California. I have honey sriracha boneless wings, and Paul has
apple
barbecue bone-in wings. Yeah. Harry. Oh, wow. Sent an order to Canada for £3 and 5 pence. Is that what it was? I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's very true. Shipping is one of the only things you can't really get discounted. The actual costs are real. That's the downside to it, yeah. Unless you're Amazon and you have your own shipping company, for the most part, it's not going to be cheaper. And even for them, it's probably very expensive.
Well, I guess yeah, because I was thinking with the economies of scale, but it doesn't actually scale like most things do.
Shipping does not, no.
You still need pretty much the same amount of fuel to move a boat or fly a plane. It's the weight and fuel just, is pretty much linear. So
well, and the problem too is also, like, even if the fuel and the weight wasn't linear, like, let's say they built a bigger plane,
yeah,
and it was much more fuel efficient, it could carry a lot more weight. It took so much to build that plane that they're going to charge the same amount or more because it costs so much, and then, like, they're making money, but eventually it cancels out almost. I don't know if that made any sense. Yeah, Ben, you can get discounted shipping with most mail companies if you're a business, but serious volume. That's something we were, like, hoping at some point. Like, and I don't know what the UPS or the FedEx. I could be crazy right now for saying this. But the at some point, if we get big enough where we're doing dozens or hundreds of orders a day, and obviously that's a lot of orders, and probably very unlikely that we ever get there. But let's say we're doing 100 orders a day. Is that a point where we could reach out to FedEx or UPS and say, hi, we have a ton of small packages. Can we not spend, it costs us right now on average $3.50, $3.49 usually, to ship a package in the U.S. that's small, 4 ounces. With UPS or FedEx, could we do that for $3?
Well,
Probably not, but
I think something that that a lot of big companies do is they have local hubs where they basically ship a freight, to this
Yeah.
area, and then it gets locally dispersed, and that makes it so much cheaper because you're just shipping one huge package. It'd be a bit more difficult to do that. Now, in theory, we could have a Europe hub and a U.S. hub, and if we're big enough, that might actually be possibly worth it. But that would be very far.
we'd have to
down
be
the
so
road.
massive, and we couldn't just sell Lego pieces. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be selling a lot of something. James says, for me, to achieve a shipping saving, I need to do $250 per day. Currently average around 18. 18 is good, but not 250.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if a BrickLink / Brick Owl store in the current market with the current tools available could do that much business in a day. 250 is a lot of orders in a day.
I mean,
Like a ton of orders.
that's, yeah. I think it's less the scalability of the business and more the market size.
Yeah, I think that's what I was, yeah.
I don't know if there are 250 people purchasing Lego at your store. Like, obviously there are more than 250 transactions a day on BrickLink, but, you would have to have pretty good market control, and you probably would have had to buy out a lot of the other biggest stores in order to eliminate competition. So.
David, welcome back. Ben says for the UK it's 1,000 packages a year. That is actually reasonable because that's only, what, 90-ish, 92 a month? That's a lot of packages still. But that's much more achievable, I think, than 250. Not totally sure, though. But, yeah.
Emery wants to. Emery knows how do you get.
What?
Wait. Oh no, he's asking Ben. How many? Is that question from Emery asking us or Ben?
I was asking Ben.
Oh, okay.
Ben says it has to average more than 20 a week. Oh, wait a second. That's not 100 a day. 1,000 a year. That's not 10. That's not 100 a day. That's like a few a day. We could actually do that. If it was, wait a second. Was it 250 a day? Or yeah, James says it was 250 per day. That's not going to happen in my mind. But Ben said, oh, and if you spend more than 16,000 pounds-ish, you get free collections. What a deal.
I think we just get free collections.
Yeah, we can get it. We just have to set it up. The downside is
You have to tell them the weight and dimensions of each individual package.
you have to set it up every day, essentially, for the next day. Not worth it. I'll literally, I timed it today. It was 6 minutes round trip to the post office and back. 6 minutes, totally fine. Sounds good. Yeah, our 1,000 a year is 3 a day. We're at that, actually. So that's not bad, but yeah, so Ben has about 50,000 more pieces than us and about 23,000 more lots than us. 2,500 more lots than us.
Question about you folks who live in the UK. Is your primary post government owned or privatized? Because I'm seeing like a huge difference between the US and the UK, and I would actually think that because the UK is so much smaller in terms of land mass, it would actually be cheaper, but it almost looks like it's more expensive.
Oh no, UK is a lot cheaper.
I guess
Private owned. Private now.
Okay.
Used to be government owned. Private. Everyone's saying private. Because we were talking last time, I think, about the price of what it costs roughly to ship something 4 ounces. And here it was $3.50. There it was like just over £1 or something like that. Or maybe it was €1. Maybe it was in Europe. I'm not sure. Maybe it was €2, actually. or 2 pounds. But it was definitely, I'd say probably 25% or more cheaper than us.
Okay.
Lots of chat going on right now. Lots of different conversations. James says U.S. mail seems fairer for some modes of post where the UK has its upsides. Yeah. Actually, so almost everything we have ships first class, which is 3 to 5 days. Almost always it gets there within 5 days. They're extending that to, I think they said 7 or 9 or something, which is the downside, and the price is going up. So price is going up and slower service, of course. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, we ship entirely first class, and it makes it there pretty quickly and stuff. I'm wondering if once the prices go up and first class slows down, not that speed is necessarily always our goal. Actually, it really isn't our goal. But a lot of people love that once they place an order today, it ships today, and they have it in 2 days, 3 days. They love that. Tons of people are like, crazy fast shipping, which makes me wonder how slow are other BrickLink sellers. Like, is that normal to be slow? But anyway, I like the idea that it gets there quickly, and I wonder if it's worth it to, once USPS puts their prices up, is it worth it going to another courier? I don't know if it is yet, but to continue that same speed and stuff, is it?
But there's an alternative plan that a lot of Congress people are pushing, which is to allow USPS to ship alcohol and have a separate pricing for it that's much more expensive.
Can they not ship alcohol?
No, you cannot ship alcohol with USPS.
Why?
Because they just don't allow it.
Because it's flammable?
It's just always been something that you can't do. But the tax, the markup on shipping alcohol would pay to keep everything currently how it is. Because the reason why they're hiking rates is USPS operates at a loss.
Yep.
Because it's a government agency, but it's a government-owned corporation. It's really weird. There aren't very many things like that in America, but USPS is one of them. And so if they end up instead allowing alcohol and doing that, then hopefully the rates won't hike. But they also want to allow postal banking, which I'm not actually sure exactly what that is. I didn't finish reading the article, but...
Hello, Rain. Welcome to the stream. We are on live chat today, so we can see your chat. Welcome. How have you been? Yes, Mr. Chills a lot. Thomas donated 50 euros with Super Chat. Thomas is amazing. He did this like last week or maybe 2 weeks ago now as well. Absolutely crazy. In terms of talking about USPS, the problem with it, in my opinion, and I don't know how to fix it, I don't have a solution, I'm just stating the problem. They were set up for letters. They were never set up for packages. The problem with today is a lot less physical envelope mail is getting mailed, and now it's a lot of packages that are being shipped, and they weren't set up for that. So I think that's why they're at such a loss, because their systems aren't for that. It costs so much for them to actually move a package, where UPS or like FedEx or private company is, I assume, much more established. Also, as a private company, I assume it's a lot easier for them to just spend money on a machine that sorts stuff than like USPS. I don't know what, and I could be wrong, but like, does USPS have to go through a ton of people to finally get something done?
Well, the thing is,
or
it's USPS is, I believe, a public corporation, just like the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and the Federal Reserve. I think there's like 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them. And so technically they operate on their own, and they only have to basically submit like a shareholder. The government is their shareholder, pretty much. So they can operate independently, more or less. But they still get given money by the government. So it's really weird. I'm not exactly sure exactly how it works. Like I'm not a postal office expert, but
you should be.
That's kind of the summary of it.
Maybe get us even cheaper rates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to wash my hands.
I've thought about and actually people have said this, like buyers who request a quote. They'll put in the little comment section and say, hey, can you just ship this tiny piece in an envelope as a letter? And I've always said, no, sorry, we only ship in bubble mailers for the protection of your item as well as tracking and like things like that. It protects everyone in theory in a way. But I've wondered if it's worth it. Because when I was younger, and I was doing BrickLink very young, and I had bubble mailers, but I had the cheapest prices. Like literally, I had one 40 pound or 20 pound thing of used. I uploaded each individual piece on BrickLink. Cheapest prices. I wanted to get sales. I would ship a single stud all the time because I didn't have any fees or anything like that. So they just paid the shipping, which I had a tiny bit. I made a little money on shipping, but I probably lost money with PayPal fee, which I didn't probably understand at the time. I would ship the envelopes, and I would not go to the post office, but I would go to Hallmark. There used to be a Hallmark store right here, or almost right next to the post office, actually. And in the back, they had a little post office area. And I would go in with my little bubble mailer once a week or however often I would get an order. Go in, give it to the lady, and depending on who the lady was, she'd stick it through a little slot. And if it fit through that slot, she could count it as a letter. And it was like 40 cents or something to ship this letter. And you can't do that on PayPal or anything like that because it needs to fit through that slot. And then there was this other lady there who would just charge me the full price. But I've thought about, because that's what it would be to ship in like a regular paper envelope, not a bubble mailer. You put like a plate or whatever they ordered in there, and you seal it up, and you put this stamp or whatever you do on there, and you give it to them. It's a lot cheaper, but I'm concerned there's no tracking, there's no bubbles to pad it. If that's really, I don't know if it really does much, but I don't know. I've always said no when buyers ask if you can do that. But it would save a lot of money on both the buyer end and our end. That's something is right now, obviously, and I think most sellers do this, you charge the buyer shipping, unless they hit a certain amount. Maybe you give them free shipping. If you can reduce that cost for the buyer, more people, in theory, will want to come to your store because it costs them less to buy from you. So I've thought about, like, is there a better way we can do it so we can lower prices? But I can't. USPS seems to be the cheapest through PayPal because it gives you commercial rates, but they keep going up, unfortunately. Do you know what the rates are going to be for, like, the lowest one? No?
No.
Is it still
I don't know if they've been announced or not.
Oh. I'm close to almost just marking or the lowest shipping we have. Right now it's $3.97. Average shipping is like $3.50-ish. For most orders, that 50 cents covers the PayPal fee. We're fine. Well, close. Maybe not exactly. But I'm thinking it might just be best, our lowest shipping cost, just like $4.95 or something. And I think that could technically get up to 8 ounces then. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Brain says, by the way, that's not actually true. USPS is not the cheapest. Recently talked to a huge US BrickLink store. They said that they send over 1,000 packages a day. Well, there's our answer. You can do 250 orders a day if they're actually sending over 1,000 packages a day. And they get DHL to ship with them. Interesting. And I bet you they probably have a contract with DHL that says DHL is their exclusive shipper. Interesting, though. I did not know that. Also, how would we... I assume they have a pickup as well, then. 1,000 packages, that's a lot. What store is doing 1,000 orders a day? Huge BrickLink store.
It could be that they don't have a minimum.
We don't have a minimum, technically.
No, but we have a fee. But there's an entire sector of sub $2 orders. Or sub $1 orders.
That we're not getting right
Yeah.
now. Yeah. I wonder if removing our $2 fee but upping our shipping to $5 like that would make a difference. That's what you do, Rain. I think your lowest shipping, I think you said, was $5, and you don't have any fee or minimum buy or anything, though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to get more sales. Obviously, adding more pieces and more lots and stuff will get more sales. Okay, Rain says, I think they also have an eBay store and don't just sell Lego. That makes perfect sense. But yeah, you said half the price of USPS. That's crazy.
Yeah, the fact that they pay half, it doesn't really surprise me, because they have an exclusive contract, I would assume.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, and you there's a lot of companies where if you order from their website, it is free shipping over $40. So, for example, I've been working on a fish tank, and I've been buying like fish equipment and stuff, and I think over $39 on BRS is a website I shop at, you get free shipping. But guaranteed, in the boxes that they come in and the weight of some of the stuff I'm buying, if it's only a $100 order, it doesn't cost $40 for them to ship the box like it would if I was going to ship the box through UPS. They get a huge discount because they're doing volume and because they're exclusive with that shipping company, which is how, for example, Lego offers free shipping on orders of like $35. If you order a $35 Lego set, and shipping costs them $20, like it would maybe yourself, or $15, they're losing a lot of money then. So that's why, in theory, an exclusive offer with a company would be like awesome.
I dropped it. I don't know. It just fell out of my hand, and now
you're done?
Yeah.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the stream. How are you? We are currently finishing up eating, but right before this, we were cataloging Lego. We are currently talking about different shipping options as USPS is raising their prices and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that reminds me. There was a question way earlier on by Lego Military Mox, who I think has probably been waiting to ask this multiple times because he pings me all the time if we're going to stream that day, and then we always end up canceling. But he asked a question of how many lots did you have to get to before you started getting daily orders?
Oh, I don't know. I really wasn't keeping track of lot count.
Yeah.
I would say at least 2,000, probably. But also probably 80,000 pieces, maybe, in 2,000 lots. Maybe more lots than that, maybe 2,500 lots. I'm not sure exactly the lot count. Just because we had high piece count and we weren't focusing on lots. Huge mistake, I think. Although, at the end of the day, I don't think it was a huge mistake. It didn't hurt us. It just slowed our growth, actually. So if you're focusing on piece count, that's fine, I guess. It's just if you want to have a lot of lots, or if you want to have a lot of sales, I think lots is the way to get there. Great Brick Lab said 10,000. That seems like a ton to get daily orders. Because we get daily orders right now, we're at 5,000.
Yeah.
Or almost 6,000.
I mean, we get 3 a day, roughly.
Yeah, 3 or 4 a day right now. Chris says, can I share my announcement? Chris, I would be so happy if you'd love to share your announcement.
Oh, do we know what this announcement is?
I do know what this announcement is.
I might not.
Do you not?
I might not.
Toby from Dunder Mifflin Brick Co. says, I'm getting 2 to 3 a day at 2,200 lots and 40,000 pieces. Also running 18% off. That 18% off, I guarantee, is a lot of what you're getting, or a lot of the reason you're getting 2 to 3 orders a day.
Hello, Assist Official. Welcome. And you're not too late. Oh, he has a warehouse.
He has a warehouse. Yeah, so, ladies and gentlemen, Chris from the Great Brick Lab, who is Great Brick Lab in the chat, big store, almost 19,000 lots or something like that, 6,000 square foot warehouse is what he just got. That is awesome, Chris. Yeah, that is fantastic. Congratulations, honestly. First of all, that's amazing. I'm super excited for you guys. I know Kyle was telling me, like, Kyle and Steve have been so ready to move, like, at least based on what they've been telling me. They were so excited. Yeah, congratulations. That is awesome.
So how are you planning on doing the move? That's more what I'm interested in.
That's the real question, yeah.
Are you going to shut down, or are you going to try and, like, run, because who was it that was moving and kept their someone moved
Ben,
and kept their store open. But yeah, I'd be very interesting to hear about how you're planning on moving.
Yeah, that's something that we. Yeah, Ben said I moved and was open. I have absolutely no clue how we would move. It sounds terrifying.
I think that we would close. Okay, we're gonna close for 2 weeks as the move. Okay.
Gotcha. Are you setting up the warehouse and stuff, Chris? I assume you are. Setting it up and kind of getting your workflow down and maybe building shelves and all that kind of stuff or whatever, and then you're going to spend those 2 weeks just physically moving the actual Lego there, or the what is in your store. You're probably going to move all the stuff ahead of time, I assume, right? Like the bins of sorted but not listed and stuff. I would assume that's the case. But that's, for us, that's like, I just have to move this wall down a little bit, and I'm scared.
Yeah.
Like, just the potential error rate of moving scares me so much. But I'm hoping one day that we, just like you, are too big to be in here and we have to move.
Yeah.
Congratulations, that is awesome.
I'm hoping that happens soon.
Yeah.
Evan, do you think we could, I don't know, tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Chris, we're going to find a warehouse, we're going to move with you. Clean, build, refine, close, and reopen. Awesome. I'm so excited for you, Chris. That is really awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what it's like, because that garage or basement
I think basement.
Basement and house is pretty cluttered with Lego. Are you going to try and make some serious dents in all of the bagged, sorted, and cataloged used that you have sitting around? Because I'd imagine now you finally have the space to try and process a lot of that, because you've got a huge backlog.
Yeah. 6,000 feet. That is a big one. That is a big one. That's pretty cool. Wow. That is very large, actually.
Yeah.
I would love to see you fill up that entire space. That'd be so cool. Yeah. We were looking, I don't know, months ago, before we decided we should clean out and redo the garage. This was probably summer of 2020. So the back warehouse, we have over 500,000 parts ready to upload. That is crazy. 500,000 pieces that are ready.
Yeah, you're gonna explode.
You're gonna be able to do that. That's the cool thing. You have like a lot of room. That 6,000 feet. We were so back in last summer, we were thinking before we had this wall, maybe. I don't know actually. We were thinking about moving because there was not a ton of room in here. It was very cluttered. There were a ton of boxes, things that weren't really ours, that were not BrickLink related at all. That was in here that we were like, oh, it's just we can't expand past what we have, and it was really hard. And we were going to go spend money on a warehouse monthly, and it would have been a terrible decision back then. Absolutely horrible decision, because we would have been spending, I don't know,
all of our
75% of the income on a warehouse, which would have been a terrible, terrible idea. But, okay, Chris says we're going to be non-traditional about loading the lots. We're going to do all new lots, no consolidation. I've really wondered if that's worth it. I'm curious to see how that works for you in the future.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I think that it wouldn't be, because you would have to go, from drawer to drawer to drawer to get the same piece.
Yeah, I think that's maybe what you'll find out, Chris, is...
Excuse me.
Because it's much quicker to upload and stuff, I believe. But to pick the order, I'm wondering if it's going to be too long, or you're going to have so many extra drawers that you have to go to.
He says it works. He's been experimenting with it.
Interesting. That's awesome. Because I've thought about that too. Technically, not really, but technically that lot count number goes up. Not that people will actually find your store because you have a higher, but some customers find both lots of the same part, and then I assume they just order it all. Yeah, that makes sense. You can stop cramming so many pieces in the same drawer now with 6,000 square feet. Oh yeah, back to the other, what I was talking. We were thinking about getting a warehouse, and what we were looking at was like 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, which is still big. Like this garage is 400 square feet, so that's like, 1,000 square feet is, we were looking at 5 times the size of this garage, which is big.
I don't know.
But 6,000 square feet? That's crazy. Dang. I want to see pictures and stuff. That's really cool. Yeah, Sis says, we would love to see an update, Chris, from you. We really miss you guys. Yeah, Rain says, I know the others do that. Saves a lot of upload time. Definitely. Yeah, Ben says, I wish warehouses / commercial buildings were cheaper here. I wish the same here. Very expensive here. Chris says, here's the deal. The lots are inflated. However, we can add them so fast that orders are flying and we're settling. Wow. 40-cent parts for $10. However, as we can add them so fast. That's amazing. You guys are going to do so good with a larger space and with the ability to keep growing. Congratulations.
I am so tired for no reason.
From eating?
I guess so.
Alrighty, well I think, unless there's any other questions, we're probably getting close to wrapping it up here. Paul is falling asleep again, just like last time.
I took a nap too.
You did that last time too.
Yeah.
Rain said, just thought I'd mention DHL Express International somehow gives other people big discounts. I just bought downtown diner and paid $50 shipping. Took 4 days to arrive. It cost us $200. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, shipping is something I have yet to, and I think as companies grow, and we're nowhere near where we need to be to get any discount on shipping, if anyone, but as companies grow, you can much bigger, probably bigger than we'll ever get. I don't know. You have to look it up. But
I wonder if there is some way to, this is something I've thought about before, but if there's basically some way to, I'm trying to think of like the term, but a bunch of small businesses in the same area team up and ship their packages together.
Oh.
Like a crowd sharing kind of thing, where you have a bunch of little businesses, not all Lego, but just a bunch of little businesses, and they put together, and so they all pay the shipping together, and ship with the same courier, like that from one person's business. Yeah. Everyone just takes it to Bill's Plumbing Parts or whatever, and drops it off there every day, and then people grab it there.
That might be. I don't know. That sounds fishy, but it might be totally fine.
I feel like it would work with a bunch of small businesses because I feel like you can immediately have something in common with another small business owner.
Yeah.
Especially in a town.
Rain says, but that's what Pirate Ship is trying to do. I don't think that's true.
No.
Pirate Ship is just like PayPal. They provide the service to actually get the labels or get the shipping itself. They're just a platform, I think, that gives you prices. I don't think
they don't they don't pick it up, take it to their own hub. I originally thought that they did what you did, and I might have said mistakenly on a stream that they mix it all together and ship it as a freight, pretty much a crate of all the same stuff. But they use Pitney Bowes. I think I'm saying that right. Maybe it's Pitney Bowes, which is the label. You'll see it on the top of your label if you go to PayPal. Pitney Bowes, which is the company that seems to handle all of the labels, and they're the company that a lot of people go through to get that discount. And pretty much eBay does the same thing. Everything uses the same.
The commercial rates, I actually think, are locked off at what USPS allows. So the commercial rates, like Rain, you're saying they give the discounts. Yeah, they give discounts, but they still are making money. They need to be making money. It says, but they're just like a business, like a Lego. They get shipping labels for cheaper, but instead of using them themselves, they give it to small businesses. Well, they have a contract with USPS that allows them to sell labels. I don't think as Just a Brick in the Bucket we can legally sell a shipping label for USPS and mark it up.
That's why you use Pitney Bowes.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's essentially like a subscription, I guess you could call it, because you have to pay the licensing fee to them, and then you're allowed to make labels, kind of.
Yeah.
In a basic way.
Rain, you are partially correct for the label price. But what I'm saying is you essentially have your own logistics where somebody would come by, where everybody brings it to one location and one big truck comes and picks it up. So that way you wouldn't ship it with USPS. You would ship it with a freight or a large package shipping company that would then take it to another location and get it integrated into their workflow. So basically it's like a whole shipping company, except you're crowd sharing it logistically as well as from the cost perspective of the shipping.
Chris, is that your part 2526 in red that sold for $10? Is that yours? Because that's insane, but amazing. I mean, that's really, really, really cool. That's what I want to get to. The point where we're as big as you, Chris, or at a big enough place where we can up the prices of stuff. Probably not, what is that, 5,000%? Not 5,000%, but like 700% price increase. But I would love to be, at a size like you where we can do that and bump them up. Because then we, in theory can lower, or the margins don't get bigger, or they do. Oh my God, excuse me. They get bigger, but if this is your margin right now, and you raise your prices, now your margin's here. But what you can technically do is move the bottom of your margin of what you're spending up to keep your margins the same, meaning we could get different pieces and stuff and buy different new sets, like bigger sets that don't part out for 3 times the price. And things like that but a lot of people don't have in their store, which is exciting. That's what I want to do.
Then Mifflin would like to point out that I do not use a straw.
Yeah, he says, I love how the line in the table is separating straw and no straw.
I don't like straws.
Straws. No, here's the thing. It's not about the straw. It's about the fact that I can do this, and my whole drink can just spill over. A little bit, but look.
I like to live life on the edge.
The problem is, it spills almost every time.
It does, really?
Not every time.
I think you have more spillage than I do.
You spill a lot.
Usually on me. That doesn't count. I'm not ruining anyone else's life. Evan got really mad that I used the little spoon thing at the end of the Slurpee straws.
It just took
and
so long.
I do that.
Yeah. Rain says, but eventually it gets sorted and goes to hundreds of different towns. You need a big company who has that kind of distribution. Yeah.
Yeah.
Distribution.
What I'm saying is you give it to maybe not USPS, you give it to a distribution company at the last step possible. So that way you are actually shipping it because once it's broken up into little things, shipping becomes exponentially more expensive. It's much cheaper to put everything in one huge box and ship it with a company that only ships big, huge boxes, right? So what I'm saying is you put it in the truck with the big, huge box for as long as you can, and then you divide it up at the last moment possible. And so that's why I was saying everybody ships it out of one place, and we take it to a USPS distribution center, or to a USPS processing center, not the post office, but to a warehouse directly, and it gets split up there, or FedEx, or UPS, or DHL, or whatever it is, there, and then distributed. So you're taking the entire first half of the journey out of the pocket of those people and making it much cheaper.
Yeah, but the companies would never say yes to that, because even though their costs go down, their profit goes down, because with those costs comes profit that they're making. So that potential profit
depends on their labor, because
guaranteed in each part of their process. For a privately owned business, I very highly doubt that I'm sure there are certain things that lose them money. The problem is for the single package to go from point A to point B, beginning and end, they make money on that. So they would not want you to bring it halfway and then be like, oh, okay, now do I get half the price?
No, but here's the thing. If let's say I wanted to ship something to Newport Beach, right, from right here.
Yep.
Versus I wanted to ship something to New York. It's more expensive for me to ship something to New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the company's margins really different shipping to New York versus Newport? They're making way more money shipping from here to Newport, right? Because they're not spending as much money on gas, as much money on labor, or anything like that.
Yeah, but for your package, they might be making the same amount of money. Because it does cost us less. If it was going to Newport from here, it costs us $3. If it was going to New York, it's like $3.70 or $3.80.
Mm-hmm.
So the 80 cents, here's the thing. Once it goes to our post office, it all goes to Anaheim in the distribution center.
Yeah.
Now, to get it to Newport, it would only go from Anaheim Distribution Center to a Newport post office, then from that Newport post office to the house or whatever. And to go to wherever, now you're already at a distribution center, so they take this one package with hundreds or thousands of other packages, put it, like you said, in a big box, And now it no longer costs 80 cents. That 80-cent difference, it's not what it costs to put it on there. They probably still end up making a lot or extra money. It doesn't actually cost them that much more.
But what I'm saying is, you could charge. Okay, let's just say that extra 80 cents. Now let's just say instead, let's just say the distribution center that it's most efficient for it to go to is in Arizona. Just random thing. So I truck it to Arizona, and then I ship. The label is from Arizona to location. They're not losing any money. Their margins are exactly the same, but it's cheaper for me. Sure, their total money is less, but percentage is still the same. It's just as if I was shipping a package from living in Arizona instead of shipping it from living in California. They're still making money. Same money, just with same percentage of money, right?
As long as each percentage of package from point A, to get package from point A to point Z, it has to go B, C, D, E, F.
Yes.
That's saying that from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, they get the same exact margin. See what I'm saying? Technically, those are all different margins for them in terms of what cost is.
But if
I think
it wasn't profitable,
is technically privatize. We could privatize. Yes. For example, for us, if we shipped enough to the UK, where sending one thing at a time costs a lot, but we're sending 50 things a month, it would be cheaper to say, "Hi, Ben. How are you? I'm going to send you this big box once a month, and I'll give you $50 or 50 pounds to just handle this." Once you get this big box in the mail that we only have to send once a month with 50 packages in it, Ben, can you take that box, open it up, and then drop those 50 packages off at the post office near you, and then it's cheaper? That would make sense.
That's pretty much what you were saying. No, except instead you drop it off directly at the USPS warehouse.
Right,
or
but
UPS
they would give
warehouse.
you a discount is what I'm saying.
No, but it would still be cheaper for me.
Why?
Because I am not paying that extra 80 cents to get it from Huntington Beach to Arizona. I am only paying the shipping from Arizona to location.
Then why? But it costs you more to get to Arizona.
Not if I'm not using USPS.
What?
Okay.
I think we should finish this discussion because I don't know. I think everyone's lost. It's
so much easier to draw out.
I'm sure it is, yeah. I'm very confused.
Does anyone here understand what I'm saying?
I don't think so, Paul. I think everyone's confused, including myself. Very much confused. Yeah, today was a good day on shipping discussion.
Yes.
There was one meme that someone made that I can't remember who it was. Paul showed it to me not that long ago, maybe a couple weeks now. It was hilarious. Hilarious.
Oh, I remember.
And it was the car driving one. I wish I had it on the screen. I could show you. But it was the car driving, and it can get off at the exit or it can go straight. And the beginning or the straight course where you expect to go is the car is just a brick in the bucket. The straight course is the stream going in a direction where we learn useful things about Lego. And the crazy exit is a long discussion about fast food or something. And I thought that was hilarious. It was so funny. It was very accurate, I think. Which I feel like it's today, kind of how today went, but it's kind of related.
Yes.
I think that kind of makes sense. All right, so yeah, I think that's going to be it, everyone. Thank you all for watching. I think there's other things. Chris, I can't wait to see your stuff. Next 1,000-pound order arrives next week. That is amazing. Good for you. 1,000-pound order arrives next week. Lots and lots of pieces that you're going to be able to process now. Super exciting.
Will there be a top-tier Patreon call at some point? Yeah.
Yes, actually, we're going to send out a thing today just asking availability of everyone.
Yeah.
The goal is going to be to figure out how to line everyone's schedule up. Fortunately, there's not too many people.
Yeah.
But I want to line everyone's schedule up so we can all do it.
We are actively working on more Patreon content. They got March for free, and they're going to get April for free, right?
Correct. If you're a patron, you didn't pay for March. If you're a patron at the moment, like currently, you're not going to pay for April, just because it doesn't make any sense. So once we start posting this week, you'll actually have some technically free content for April because you won't have paid. But don't think of it that way. Just think of it as
making up for the past couple months.
Making up for the past, yeah. But thank you, Ben, and everyone here who is a patron. Assist Official, you're a patron as well.
Yes, thank you to everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so I think.
Oh no, it's gonna be really loud again.
I don't know. We'll see what happens here with the music. We'll see if it's crazy or if it's good. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to reload this page so we can get some music going, but it might not happen. Probably won't happen. Music just doesn't work. This is the iPad that we use to pick orders. Oh dear. It's a good iPad. 5 years ago. 6 years ago, maybe. It's an old iPad. It's pretty old. So it's good, but it's old. But it works.
More or less.
Sort of. Yeah, not all the time.
Oh.
Yes.
But it's playing.
Is it playing? That's amazing. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you all in the next video / stream.
Wait.
Official. Hold on. We just got a donation from Assist Official. Thank you so much.
What do I think about Earth 2? I don't know what that is. Let me Google it.
We do not know what Earth 2 is. I feel like it's a video game.
Let me Google it before
okay.
we
before
drop
we're
off
done
here.
here. Thank you, Assist Official, for your super chat. That's fantastic.
Earth 2. Earth2.io.
We must answer this question now.
To user-generated environments can be owned. Okay. What's the easiest way to explain this?
I don't know.
Basically, it is Pokemon Go taken to the absolute extreme, where you are selling real estate, virtual real estate that overlaps with real estate.
Interesting. Thank you, Ben, so much.
I think that this is pretty cool.
It's a non-fungible? What's that? Fungible?
I don't actually...
Fakeable? Token. I don't know.
Now, I read 3 paragraphs here, so my interpretation might be very wrong.
Chris from the Great Brick Lab, thank you for another super chat.
Virtual.
Thank you, everyone. Thomas, Assist Official, Ben, and Chris over at the Great Brick Lab for all your guys' super chats. You're amazing. You don't need to support us this way, but a lot of people do. Thank you. Paul rules.
So
Evan rules too. We both rule. Awesome.
So here's my quick opinion after reading through this. This is a really cool concept and something that I think will inevitably happen. However, just like current cryptocurrencies, I think that it is a bit too early, and these things can't be forced. The reason why a lot of cryptocurrencies collapse is because people are trying to force it, saying that it's the future, which it is. It's just these things have to happen naturally. So my guess is this website specifically won't last. But the concept of having digital land that overlaps with real land and kind of an AR. So basically, Starbucks could purchase a plot of land on Starbucks, except it's digitally mapped to those GPS coordinates and functions like real land, except it's digital.
So multiple people could own the same digital piece of land?
No.
Or sorry, someone can own a digital piece and a piece in real life of the same area.
But they line up, so like AR kind of things.
I see.
And so I think that is definitely inevitable, but maybe not for a very long time. So that's my opinion on it.
Interesting. That's a very...
I would not invest your money yet.
Because you're a financial investor now. Awesome.
Oh, yeah, probably.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Great little summary. That was very good based on the fact that you read that much. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this stream. We shall see you all in the next live stream, whenever that may be, which will be next Saturday, by the way. See ya.